Good evening, everybody. This is Rico and Nico with another podcast tonight. We're back at the Nico headquarters. Wearing the glasses tonight. I forgot to mention it on the other previous two. Look, I slept for 4 hours. Last couple of days, I didn't get much sleep. So if I wear my contacts, I'm gonna be even.
Hey, too much information. You need too much too soon. Too much too soon.
The people care. I'm gonna keep telling them. So if I wear my contacts, I'm like now I'm gonna look all sleepy or high, and that's like why. So I want to give you guys my all. Rico wants to give you guys his all, and that's why we're here. All right. We have
Speaking for me, I want to give people what they deserve, but I can give them my all.
our people deserve everything, bro.
No, they don't
They
deserve
do.
everything because we don't have a paid subscription.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
yeah. Yes.
So, speaking of paid subscriptions, we want to talk about humans and where we're from, where we came from, why we're here, what makes us different from all the life species on
How
Earth.
you transferred from paid subscription.
I know, yeah.
Continue, please.
So, why do you think humans are psychologically and mentally so far above all of the other like living species
On the planet?
on planet Earth? Like you don't see like ants are amazing, they're strong all you want, but they don't have the dominance over the planet Earth like humans do.
But they're not as big as us.
Humans make all the decisions. They make all the calls in favor of humans.
Okay.
So see it like that kind of thing.
You know what? All right. You know what?
Roaches don't have the mental capacity to make the decision to take over the world. They can, but that's not going to happen.
Okay.
We can make that decision, and we've been making it for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So why is that? What makes us so special? What's the origins of it?
I don't know the origins from a biological standpoint because the primordial soup to where we are now is it's just more complex than I can understand right now. But I will say this: you made a good point about ants and human beings. At our level, we are the Earth's ants.
The top of the food chain. Wait, no, is it?
Well,
you know what they know what.
Let me just say it like this: say in the rainforest, right? Army ants, when they go on a death march, they decimate everything in their path. They catch and butcher and eat everything in their path. Every creature gets out their way if they can, right? That's at that level, right?
Yeah.
That's at that level. Creatures smaller than that, like red tide, kills all fish in the ocean, choke out, things in the ocean when they blossom. That's a devastating organism. Humans are an epic level devastating organism. We, at our level and our size, realistically, we are one of the larger creatures in the world. We're not on a smaller scale. We're on a larger scale. There are a number of animals larger than us, but we're one of the bigger animals.
I mean, physically?
Yeah, like size.
Oh.
Like compared to insects and crustaceans and all that. The arthropods outnumber everything, but in bacteria. But humans we're one of the larger creatures on the planet, as a primate. And our impact and what we can do, we literally change the globe. Hands down. But we're not the only epic level organism on this planet. If you think about it, and our origin and why we have advanced based on us and what we understand, right? But if you look at, say, viruses, bacterium, they can cripple humanity. And we have to spend years combating something that always changes. Insects, because they have short lifespans, they go through generational cycles so fast, they build up a tolerance to insecticides. Poison human beings, millions of us will die. We don't have the replicated cycles, generational cycles that
we're bigger in size, so it makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
But why do you think we're so dominant besides being smarter and being able to reason?
We're dominant at our level because we are. We're dominant at our level. That's just what we are. Trust me.
Why did life choose us to be the most dominant?
Why did life choose us? I don't know. You have to ask life. We in in our animal kingdom on this planet, as far as we know, we are the most dominant because of what we see, right? We don't see things on a microscopic level. Realistically, viruses and bacteria outnumber us hands down. There are probably some bacteria that are wrecking the game at their level. They even affect us. And there's creatures that right now, like bacteria, that don't die. They don't die. So it's kind of kind of like, subjective of what you say, why us? We verify everything we can build and what we can destroy. That's how we place everything. How much we can advance and build, and how destructive we can be. There are other creatures that don't care anything about that because they have been propagated long before we have been, and they'll probably exist long after we die. So for me, it's kind of subjective. Yeah, we bad. Humans, we can do some things, and we can manipulate a lot of the creatures around us. We've tamed a lot of things around us. We've tamed ourselves. But you see, there's a lot of things about humanity that we don't even control about ourselves. Humanity is not its best self. Because if we really were advanced like we said we were, we could be our best selves. But we profit off ourselves, and we have all these other flaws and stuff. So are we the best now? Best?
Do you think that maybe we have in our earlier days of evolution, maybe even in not so early days, that we might have been influenced by beings from out of this planet?
Oh, you're talking about aliens.
Yeah, because this whole I just cut straight through.
Yeah,
that's where I wanted to go all along.
I like extraterrestrial influences. It's possible. There's a lot of this. Do I believe other life exists outside of off world, off Earth? Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, that's another topic, like a right now thing. But I'm talking about earlier. The pyramid things. The Neanderthal, humans. Do you think they mess with that at all? Were they with us?
So you're talking about some old Stargate level stuff, like they mess with us, genetically engineering and stuff like that.
Anything like that?
It's possible. There's no coincidences. We can sequence. We have the ability to kind of see some things about our world and ourselves. We can trace some things back because we have science, and mathematics is a universal thing. Science is a universal thing. We are tapped into it. We don't understand the extent of it, and the common layman like me and you, we don't know how deep this thing goes. There's probably some people on this planet that clearly know that aliens might have had a hand in our evolution directly. Who's to say? Do I think it probably didn't happen? Nah. But evolution is a tricky thing.
So you don't think it happened, but you think it's possible. So you're not saying no.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I think it's highly plausible.
Highly plausible?
I think it's highly plausible that there's been some influence.
Why do we think it's highly?
Why I think it's highly plausible?
Yeah,
because the idea that we're alone, the fact that we are intelligent life. Because don't get me wrong, animals are intelligent life too. They communicate very differently. They go off of instinct. We've forgotten how the languages of animals, because we're an animal as well. But because of all our advances, we've forgotten how to speak and how to recognize things that animals still do, because they still live that way. They don't have the advances in technology where we're. So maybe we might still be like animals, maybe if we didn't have a certain tweak, maybe if we weren't exposed to certain things. But I think, adversity is the mother of invention. I think human beings, their desire to travel and our capacities for thinking, we just caught that straight away and rolled with it, and now we are where we are now. But I think it's highly probable that we got tweaked. I think it's highly probable that there's things that allow the aspects of us to be as great as we are. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, to take something from Marvel, the ability to have the healing factor, like Wolverine and Sabretooth, right, and Deadpool. That's very plausible. Very plausible. Basically, that healing factor that we know of in the comics is really cancer. It's just we haven't learned the ability to control cancer. Cancer is voracious cells constantly growing, and they disrupt the body because those cells are not doing what the body, they're not working in sync with the body. Can you imagine if you could get cells to aggressively replicate, but just work with the body instead of work against it, become scar tissue or cancerous tissue, and they're killing the organism. But basically, you get a cut, and the voracious level of replication that comes with a lot of cancer kills your wound.
Really?
Think about what that would do for muscles, brain tissue, all of that.
Life expectancy.
Life expectancy. If the aggressiveness, if you could replicate the aggressiveness of cancer cells, but instead of working against the body, it worked with the body. Skin, universal, and don't go overboard to where it works with the muscle, you become super muscular and you can't control it. Or like if people have thyroid issues or glandular issues where they can't control it, it does too much. If you could regulate to where when it's active, it will go overboard in that instance, man, you get shot, it'll grow back. Your tooth would grow back.
Anything.
Almost anything, because the body would be hyper. Now your metabolism would probably be very high because you would need fuel. But instead of fighting the body and things of that nature, we can hone it. But I think we're on the precipice of doing that. But then again, as humans, we look at what things that are in our psyche. As much as the advances we made, we haven't advanced mentally and ethically as far as we have, in our technology and our advancements. Man, as great as he is, like I said, it's a spectrum. As great as we can create, we can destroy. And that's how we gauge how good we are. Can we destroy as much as we build? We don't just build great and have a problem destroying things. Man validates his ability by how epically he can build and how epically he can destroy. And that spectrum, I think that's what kind of hinders us from being our greatest. If we only cared about being great and not about being destructive.
I also think it's possible, but I'm going off more the way that maybe there was some intervention by superior beings. Basically.
What constitutes superior? There might have been creatures that came down and taught us some stuff. Hey man, now I gotta say, yeah, interstellar travel's gotta be superior at this point. But superior is that's just subjective. They could have come down some travelers and been like, oh, okay. They could have been amongst us for a while. Lived here. Who knows? They could have intertwined a shared DNA at one point. There could be aliens living amongst us. Man, that's like biblical stuff. Like they say the Nephilim. The Nephilim were a race of the offspring of angels. I think humans and angels. Angels are beings that they say come from the heavens. Right? Angels from the heavens could be from outer space.
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and all the symbolism and all that.
I think anything that you think of that's not like, like something that's, like an animal or like another human being that you can touch and see. Anything that's not that, but it's a being, like an intelligent being, is an alien. So whether you think it's a ghost, an angel, or an alien, whatever you think that is, or like some being with no body, or the stereotypical aliens from the movies. To me, it's all in the same category. They're alien. They're from outside. They're not from here. So
tell me something. What if humans were to find some type of time travel? And what if humans basically came back in time and populated the Earth? What if we are descendants of humans that really came from somewhere else? What if humans weren't from this planet? What if somewhere at some other place we were brought here?
So we were humans, but no, because you're not human if you're not from Earth.
Why not? You're an Earthling if you're from Earth. You could be human and be from anywhere.
Okay, I see it.
A human baby born on the moon is what? An Earthling.
Okay, I see your point.
All right, cool. Because all it takes is one baby to be born on Mars, and that's a Martian. Just saying. Still human.
That's true.
Still human.
So it's like, I don't know, it's really tricky. Because like I said, like anything that's not something that we know to be. Now I don't even know whether to say from here, but anything that's not human that you can call a ghost, spirit, a vibe, things you see on TV, aliens, with the heads and all that. To me, they're aliens. So maybe there's like species. So for example, you have dogs, right? You have dogs, you have corgis, you have chihuahuas, you have
all different kinds of
golden retrievers. So maybe that's what aliens are also like. It's not like just one type of alien and they're all spread like throughout the galaxy.
There could be various types of human
exactly beings. So maybe some aliens are way dumber than people from Earth. Or maybe some aliens are way superior.
Yeah, maybe possibly.
So it gets really tricky. Yeah, but I just feel like this whole possibility in this realm of like other beings, whether they're superior to us or not. First of all, the ability for you to move from point A to point B in the galaxy, to me that already tells me that not only are you superior, but being superior then that makes you dangerous because that gives you power to make choices about us. Because you kind of come like the people who came from England and then they came over here. They were superior.
But they were looking through the lens of what we know as history. What are there creatures that travel through space?
Or maybe in space-time.
Yeah, space-time. And they're just transient beings. They just travel. They just exist. They might reproduce. They might feed on things, but they just travel through space. That's all they do. Are they advanced because they have that capability? It might just be an ability they have. You could have some of what we would consider unintelligent creatures that might have an ability to say space hop through space. They can they could pop through wormholes. Who knows? They could be that, but if we were to meet them, they would find all our trinkets and stuff fascinating. And they're like, well, how can you travel? They just do. They just do.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's a reflex.
It's like asking us, like, how do you guys walk? I don't know.
And they just do it. We don't know.
We just walk.
Or some creatures that like we wouldn't understand. Creatures, it would say a creature that sees that we make audible sounds. They talk telepathy. Are they advanced? That's maybe the way they talk. They don't have ears. Creatures that can't see because they brought up in darkness.
Maybe they see other types of waves that we don't see.
Yeah, other space.
And that doesn't mean they're superior.
Oh, and it doesn't mean we're superior to them. It just means that we are very different.
We're just different.
Right. So did that satisfy your infatuation right now with aliens? As long as it ain't xenomorphs, I'm good, bro. As long as it ain't freaking xenomorphs, I'm straight. So what do you guys think? Aliens, real, X-Files, or false? Third rock from the sun. So, look, like and subscribe. If you want to drop conspiracy theories, you can.
Let us know in the
Nico read.
I'm the conspiracy guy. The conspiracy theory.
Absolutely.
We kind of know that. Let us know in the comment below all the aliens you've met. Thank you for watching the Rico Nico podcast. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being there, and we'll watch you at the next one.
We gonna watch them? Yo, look for one of our promos whenever they drop.
Oh yeah. We're building out a new marketing team. So they're working really hard behind the stage. What do you call it? Backstage. Behind the scenes, backstage. Both.
Whole team.
Behind the stage and back scenes. Yeah, so the marketing team is working. We're expanding. It's going well. It'll be even better. It is a great team we got. So you guys will like them.
Well, hey,
they're great.
Great. As long as that marketing team talks to the budgeting team. Oh, crazy.
And the time management team.
The time management team. Yeah, talk to that team. You guys be good, man.